All that I would really like to do in this video is just take a few moments to explain to you and help you understand the two main different types of trance, hypnosis if you like. Now you might be asking yourself right now, Kane, hypnosis, trance, what's the difference? Is there a difference? And if so, what is it? Well, that's a great question. Thanks very much for asking. And the answer is hypnosis and trance are much of a muchness. They're pretty much just exactly the same thing. Hypnosis and trance are fundamentally used from the hypnotist through hypnotherapy to lead people into a certain emotional state. Now, when I say a certain emotional state, that is completely relevant in relation to what it is we're going to be talking about now: the two types of trance. Now, I'm going to label and define these two states of trance as Up-Trance and Down-Trance. All right. Now, if you've ever watched any personal development courses, or you've watched stuff on YouTube, or you've listened to podcasts, you might have bought some CDs or some tracks at some point in the past. You might even have gone to some live events. If you have been in the world of personal development for any length of time, there's a pretty good chance that you've heard of one of my old mentors, one of my original personal development teachers, a guy called Tony Robbins. Now, Tony Robbins is an absolutely excellent example of what Up-Trance is. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to any of his events. I went to one of his events once, and it was an absolutely phenomenal experience. A really, really cool experience. And this is one great example of Up-Trance. Tony Robbins events, if you've ever been to one, you'll know what I mean. If you haven't, put this on your to-do list for some point this year or next year. Anywhere in the world, it doesn't really matter. They're all pretty much the same. Really cool. What Tony's very, very good at doing is leading people into this heightened emotional state, where eventually, after he's kind of broken people in, he's introduced himself, he's laid a few foundations, managed a few expectations, he starts building things up, doesn't he? He might start off slow, but then over time he starts picking up pace, and by the end of the first day, and then on into the second day, he's up there, and the whole audience is woohoo! Absolutely, feel the power within. Everybody's going absolutely crazy and absolutely wild. And this is the greatest example, an illustration that I can make of Up-Trance. It's just this heightened emotional state. Now, the reason that I want to explain this at this stage of the course is because you're going to notice a very big contrast and big differences between my teaching style, my presentation style, and Steve's. Where my natural tendency is to go up, Steve's natural tendency is to go down. All right. Now, one isn't better than the other; they're just different. Up is great for getting people enthused, excited, motivated, spurred on, passionate, driven, which is great. But down is equally as great, as it can be used to gain clarity, to gain focus, to grasp someone's attention if there's something that's really, really important to say. It's great for defining goals, for defining a vision, and for really managing someone's attention, where what you're able to achieve through Down-Trance is influence another person, where they're in this place, they're kind of hanging on your every word. You've got their complete attention, and it puts you in this place where you're really powerfully able to influence in a positive way. And this is the difference between Down-Trance and Up-Trance. Up-Trance, high energy. Down-Trance is going to be a lot slower. It's going to be a lot more focused, a lot calmer, it's going to seem a lot more relaxed. But whether we're going up, up can be good if appropriate, at the right time, in the right place, in the right context. Where down can be equally as powerful. Do you see what I'm doing here? Good. So this is really the only point that I wanted to make at this stage in the course. I know over the few videos that follow, Steve's going to be giving you a lot more of the historical background of this fascinating subject. In fact, without further ado, I'm going to pass you right back over to him now. Just a little word of notice here. Please make sure to check out the additional materials section in each video lecture, because we've created an absolute abundance of additional downloadable materials, workbooks, ebooks, information fact sheets, all these sorts of things. So just double check. We don't have them attached to every single video, but we have got them attached to most. So just double check, each video that we do, just to make sure that you're not missing out on anything. But for now, I'm going to pass you back to Steve, and then I'll be looking forward to seeing you again soon.